Imagine picking up your phone in the middle of the day to make a call, send a message, or check something online, only to realize your signal is gone. No bars, no data, just a small SOS icon staring back at you. For millions of Americans, that unsettling moment became reality on January 14th, 2026, when massive Verizon outage suddenly knocked out wireless service across large parts of the United States. On that day, what began as scattered reports quickly escalated into a nationwide disruption. Verizon customers across multiple states experienced widespread issues with voice calls, text messaging, and mobile data. Phones that normally showed strong signal strength instead displayed SOS or SOS only, indicating that standard cellular service was unavailable. Within a short period of time, social media platforms and outage tracking services were flooded with complaints as users tried to understand what was happening and how long the disruption would last. The outage began around midday Eastern Time and spread rapidly. Major cities including New York, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Los Angeles, Boston, and many others were affected. Reports poured in from both urban and suburban areas, making it clear that this was not a localized problem, but a significant network failure impacting customers on a national scale. At its peak, the number of reported issues reached extremely high levels, signaling one of the most serious wireless disruptions Verizon customers had experienced in years. Verizon soon acknowledged the outage, confirming that some customers were experiencing problems with wireless voice and data services. The company stated that its technical teams were actively working to identify the issue and restore service as quickly as possible. However, in the early stages, Verizon did not provide a clear explanation for what caused the outage or how long it would take to fully resolve, leaving customers anxious and frustrated. For many people, the loss of service went far beyond inconvenience. Everyday tasks such as coordinating work, contacting family members, or accessing essential apps suddenly became difficult or impossible. Small businesses that rely heavily on mobile communication reported disruptions, and remote workers found themselves cut off during critical moments. In some areas, officials raised concerns about the potential impact on emergency communications, advising residents to use landlines or alternative methods if they needed to reach emergency services. As the outage continued, it became clear how deeply dependent modern life is on wireless connectivity. Mobile phones are no longer just tools for communication. They are essential for navigation, banking, authentication, and real-time information. When that access disappeared, even temporarily, it exposed how fragile digital convenience can be when the underlying infrastructure fails. Other major wireless carriers reported that their networks were operating normally during the outage. However, customers on those networks still experienced difficulty reaching Verizon users, demonstrating how interconnected communication systems are. Even when one network remains functional, disruptions in another can ripple outward, affecting the broader communication ecosystem. Throughout the afternoon, some Verizon users reported intermittent service. A phone might briefly reconnect, only to lose signal again minutes later. Others found that Wi-Fi calling worked as a temporary workaround, while those without access to Wi-Fi remained completely offline. The inconsistency added to frustration, as customers were unsure whether service had truly been restored or was only temporarily available. The outage also sparked conversations about reliability and accountability. This incident came after previous large-scale service disruptions in recent years, prompting renewed scrutiny of how telecom providers manage software updates, network upgrades, and redundancy systems. While Verizon focused on restoring service, questions lingered about what safeguards exist to prevent similar outages in the future. By later in the day, reports of service problems began to decline. More customers confirmed that their calls, texts, and data access were returning, though some areas continued to experience lingering issues into the evening. Verizon continued monitoring the network and working toward full stabilization, assuring customers that service restoration remained the top priority. The scale of the outage also drew attention from regulators, who signaled interest in reviewing what happened and how widespread service failures could impact public safety. Large outages like this highlight the importance of resilient communication networks, especially during emergencies when reliable access can be critical. Ultimately, The January 14th Verizon outage served as a powerful reminder of how connected modern society has become and how disruptive it can be when that connection suddenly disappears. For millions of customers, the experience underscored the importance of backup communication options and raised broader questions about infrastructure reliability in an increasingly digital world. And if you found this breakdown helpful and want more interesting videos like this covering major events, breaking news, and important updates, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one.